how's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7 back again, with the lads off in Dubai at the moment getting some warm weather training. Well, the majority of the squad, the rest with the international teams. It has been a little bit quiet on the Newcastle United front, obviously in the middle of this little mini break that we've got because of the Crystal Palace game getting postponed because of their progress in the FA Cup. So yes, news is a bit quiet. It's going to tick over into international football for the next few days before Newcastle fly back and do a week's worth of preparation, ready for Spurs away. Difficult ground to go to, but yeah, I've seen some Joe Linton magic there once before, so who wouldn't put it beside, who wouldn't put it past him to have a little bit more of an influence in a game and Newcastle to get something down there at the new White Hart Lane. So yeah, looking forward to that very much so. But obviously at the moment it's all about fitness, it's all about team building, it's all about unity. Words that Frank Lampard probably doesn't know much about after his little mini strop and rant after his team crashed out of the FA Cup to Crystal Palace recently. But yeah, Eddie Howe's over there, he's working the lads. They're also, like I say, they're trying to get that togetherness. And look, last time we did that, when the lads went to Saudi Arabia, we came back, we went on a fantastic undefeated run. If Newcastle can do that again for these final few games of the season and get probably another win or two under the belt, we will be safe. We will be a Premier League team next season, and we can start to plan accordingly and try and again, step by step, rung by rung on the ladder, improving the club, making it better, and giving us more and more realistic chances of doing something and competing and actually maybe winning fucking something at some point by getting this club sorted out, you know, from left to right, from top to bastard bottom. Still recently lots of good things coming out about Newcastle, looking at the fantastic training complex over there, seeing what is needed. They've got equipment over there that the Newcastle United players can only dream of. We haven't got over at our training grounds, so they're using all the facilities to the maximum, but they're also fact finding, they're gathering, they're looking at what they need, what they should be aspiring to, what we will need to build over the next couple of years with regards to the training side of it. Amanda Staveley, she'd recently been, hadn't she, through to Manchester City's training ground. So again, you can see that the due diligence, the background work, the methodical approach is all being done, and everything is getting done at Newcastle, but done in the right way with good foundations to build success for future years to come up. It's not about a quick fix, it's about doing things the right way first time and getting the results therefore that you want. So everything is rosy in Newcastle's garden as far as I can say. Yes, we've had two late contentious defeats, but look, we're on the cusp of safety. The club has never been as united. The fan base, the players, the management, the coaches, everything, really, really tight as a duck's arse. It really is. And long may that continue. Little people, little shit houses, like Spuke Edwards today coming out slating some of the stuff that Staveley come out with when she first came and talking about, look, we know there's going to be a big expenditure at the beginning, every area of the club needs money spending on it, blah blah blah. He's coming out talking about smaller budgets than January. It's bullshit if he thinks that he knows anything. He was one of the people who said they were only going to spend for 40-50 million in January. And how did that go? It's bullshit. They look at things by a deal basis. They look at things, this area of the pitch needs strengthening. What do we need to do? They won't pay stupid money. They won't pay daft money. They're not after fucking Galacticos and stuff like that. That was never mentioned. That was stuff that was generated by the Southern press. But what they are after, you would argue, is Premier League experience and, crucially, players like Bruno Guimaraes who they can attract in, who can tempt in with the project, but then make better. They're not the finished product. They're not at the top stage, but they're exciting, and the players that you can bring in, develop with the club, and possibly be worth even more in the future, and could certainly do a lot more than what we currently can do. You know, you've only got to look at the balance. You know, we've got a good first team, but it's going to be about a squad. And that's what Eddie Howe's been stressing all the time. It's all about unity. It's all about togetherness. It's all about the squad. So that is what this summer's transfer window is going to be about. I don't think there's a set figure on anything. There will be players who leave. That's inevitable. There's players who, you know, probably should have left a season or two ago. There's players from the Championship that, you know, need to move on for game time, need to move on for the careers, need to move on because they don't fit into the jigsaw, etc. But look, everybody's getting a fair crack at the whip. Even players like Lewis and Hayden, you know, they're not even registered, but they're out there. Eddie Howe was looking at them as they're coming back from injury. And talking about injury, Callum Wilson, it was fantastic to see him and Kieran Trippier out doing training and edging closer, and rumours about a return possibly as early as next month for both of them. So that's absolutely fucking fantastic, because they are major players for Newcastle United, no doubt about it. Quality, but it's about getting that balance, as I was touching on before, and that's what it's going to be. I don't think there's any specific budgets and stuff like that. It's all about, as they've done before, putting a business case together. They've got to put a business case for everything that they want to do with the club. And it was the same with the manager. You could have thrown a lot of money at it. You could have gone and just got somebody in straight away. But it was about putting the correct, you know, business-minded approach to it. Looking through everything systematically, coming up with a business plan, coming up with recommendations. They were even scoring individual applicants on various things. And I think with everything that they want to do and they're looking to do at the football club, it's always got that in mind. So all these, like I say, all these journalists looking for clickbait shit and looking to cause ripples so that they can feed off it with stories and stuff like that. They don't like it when things are going positive, because that doesn't make for good headlines, doesn't make for good stories in their opinion. So they'll come up and they'll try and rock the boat by putting, well, there's not as much money as what they thought, there won't be as much money as what we spent in January. They haven't got a clue, nobody's got a clue. It will be case by case, player by player, they will be looking at. There's already talk about the likes of Matt Targett coming in for £15 million. I think that's cracking business, I really do. And they are looking at free transfers. So again, it's not so much the figure or how much X, Y, or Z is, because there's all different permutations, and talk about transfer fees amortised over the sort of length of the deal. So if it's a £20 million deal over 4 years, you split that over the 4 years, and it's so much, you know, per year and all this sort of thing. So for him to do that, to me, just felt like a little bit of shit stirring, a little bit of stirring the pot, looking to cause a little bit of trouble, and looking to see if it causes any, you know, kickback, splashback that they can then, you know, write stories about and egg it up. Top bottom of it is, you know, the likes of these journalists. You know, not all journalists, because some are really good and some are pro the project, but some of them, they just can't stand for once the fan base and everything going well for us, being positive for us. They do not like that. They don't like it at all. So they'll take any bastard opportunity and just fucking open it up there. But it needs calling out, because it's just bullshit. He doesn't know how much our transfer budget is. There may be players coming up that he knows information about, deals coming up that he knows information about, but he cannot know all the plan, because it's literally going to be Nixon, it's going to be Eddie Howe, it's going to be the ownership, you know, management structure, and that's about it. Ahead of obviously the lad coming in from Birmingham, not Birmingham, bloody hell, Brighton, getting with a B, you know what I'm like. But yeah, ahead of another Dan coming in, Dan Ashworth from Brighton. That's Brighton, not Birmingham. Who said Birmingham? You know, there isn't going to be many people who knows about our business, because why would you put our business out there? because it's only going to drive up prices and stuff, and there's already no doubt a Newcastle United premium on players, knowing that the wealth of the Sovereign Wealth Fund behind us. But we're not going to be held for mugs. We're going to look for realistic transfer fees. But in saying that, look at the Bruno Guimaraes one. 40 million quid to them is a value deal for a quality player with Champions League experience. And you've only got to look at the interviews that these players are doing. Your Joe Linton's away now with the team at the moment, has been speaking about winning titles, winning cups, progressing with the club, wanting to stay. Bruno Guimaraes talked about the ownership selling the club, saying that they expect to be competing for titles and going places. This isn't a club who's just interested in purely being one to make the numbers up. They are going places, they want to go places, and they're making promises. They're not going to make those promises to the players if they can't back it up or won't back it up. So, that puts it. I haven't just all of a sudden gone red, by the way. I've just noticed that. Time of day it is, and lights and everything. But they're not going to make promises to these players and not follow up on it. And it is madness that some of these journalists, you Spuke Edwards and all that, think that, well, they're going to sign these players, they're going to sign a Bruno Guimaraes, and then they're not going to follow up. If you've spent Major League and if you've brought in some really good talent already, why wouldn't you see the job through of getting the squad where it needs to be? Why wouldn't you look at shuffling the pack and moving players on who are probably, I think we all know, past the sell-by dates in some occasions, who are more suited to the Championship in some occasions? Why wouldn't you move them on? You've got to use common sense. It beggars belief some of the shit that these journalists try to get away with, and then just dress it up as, well, it's journalists, it's this, that and the other. The My Sources, that's another good one of them. It's just absolute horseshit. And like I said, it comes back to the fact that they do not like things going positively for Newcastle United for a change. 1 or 2 defeats and they're trying to blow it up and trying to say that there's issues and problems. There's none. There's absolutely none. We've lost with 2 sloppy goals in stoppage time at the end of 2 games, but that comes after a fantastic run. And it's as simple as this. The players' legs, they just went. The tiredness caught up with them. The run of fixtures have caught up with them. The club are addressing that by going away on another training camp and working on the fitness, amongst other things. So that's a problem identified, and no matter what the cost, and bear in mind they've already just forked out January to go abroad, it comes to March and they're forking out again. Not a problem. Put the things in place that you need to do the job, and that's the feeling that I get. And it comes back to when they first came to Newcastle and they were talking, Amanda was talking, and it was all just about they want the best for the football club. They want the best, the very best for the Newcastle supporters. Now that doesn't sit very comfortably with the traditional powerhouses, shall we say. It upsets certain people. It upsets the regime. But you know what? It's tough shit. It really, really is tough shit. But I just don't like to see people try and just rock the boat and cause shit for the sake of causing shit. There's no fucking benefit of it. Honestly, just annoyed the absolute fucking living shit out of me. These last week or two, I've never been as busy myself personally. But then when you stop and you look around at what's getting said in the various places and articles and stuff, and you see that shit and people trying to have a little dig at Newcastle fans, I just think it's fucking bang out of order. Absolutely bang out of order. And comes back to me, Luke Edwards, he actually blocked us a while ago for just literally, again, calling him out on what he was saying, some of the inaccuracies of what he was saying, and rather than have a debate or talk about it, he literally just blocked us. It saved us a job, to be honest, because now there's certain people that you respect and that you follow and that you listen to, and you respect their views even if they're different from your own. But there's also certain people who you wouldn't give the steam off your piss, let's face it, and he's one of them. Trouble causer, shit stirrer. We just don't need it. Everything is so positive at the club. You know, new training grounds, new players coming, new players going. Work at the stadium, expanding the stadium, and doing stuff in the concourses and stuff. Community projects. The new Newcastle United Foundation building looks absolutely fantastic. Again, you know, talk about the women's team being incorporated into the new training ground setup. They want them to go professional. The Newcastle women's team top of the league. Us going from relegation certainties to, you know, pretty sure that we're going to be okay and survive in the Premier League for next season. So much positivity that, I say, fucking troublemakers need not apply. Totally nutty. Troublemakers need not apply. So let me know what you think. Have you seen the pictures as well from in Dubai? It looks absolutely fucking stunning there. I know it's been warm in the UK. It's been good weather in the UK this week by and large, but oh, fuck me, jealous just a bit. Makes you like want your foreign holiday, want your time to in the sun even more. Can't wait. Yours truly is booked on a plane very, very shortly. Obviously in between Newcastle games, I might add. Although obviously that if the missus is watching, it was just purely a coincidence. Purely a coincidence. Won't miss any games. So that's the important thing, isn't it? But yeah, it looks stunning. And it can only, like I say, it can only bring the players together. It can only make them feel better. It can only help them recuperate from the injuries and the knocks and the strains and everything. Just that little bit better, that little bit quicker. And yeah, hopefully they come back, they hit the ground running. Difficult game against Spurs for the first game back. Yes, it must be said. But look, after that, a run of a couple of home games where we need to pick the points up, pick the victories up, you would imagine, that's going to make sure absolutely just put the icing on the cake, as it were, for Newcastle United, to be safe and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you think, what you've liked, what you've seen about the training camp over in Saudi Arabia. It's a shame that not everybody can be there, because obviously, you know, players have been away playing for associations around the world. And just before I finish the video, just touching upon one of those players, a certain Chris Wood, broke the record for New Zealand all-time leading goal scorer, which is absolutely fantastic for him. Look, he scored his first goal for us against Southampton. He's not had the easiest of times so far at Newcastle United, but look, he's worked his arse off, he's grafted, he's put shifts in. He wasn't brilliant last time out, but look, at the end of the day, we've got Dwight Gale as the only alternative, with Callum Wilson out, still injured. And I do think, you know, if we stay up, when we stay up, I think it'll be proved to be an absolutely fantastic piece of business. And again, strikers probably one of the areas that we are going to be looking at. In the summer, we've still been linked with the lad Nunes, is it? One or two others. Strikers clearly a priority, for the recruitment team and stuff. And yeah, just keep certain people blocked. Just keep certain fuckers blocked. It is going to be an exciting summer, and a summer that Newcastle can look forward to as a Premier League team. I'm certain of it. But we're going to go down, we're going to recharge the batteries, get back, start preparing for this game against Spurs, and who knows what we can do. Because look, at the end of the day, nobody expected us to get anything else from our absolute fucking pasting from down against Chelsea, and we've done well. We've done well in some of these difficult games, and we've only just come up a little bit short or whatever. So I think it's more than possible that Newcastle can go down there and get a point, get 3 points, upset things. Spurs are inconsistent up and down. They're a little bit like prostitutes niggers with the form and stuff like this season. So we're more than capable. We're more than capable of going down there, I think, and getting something. And then that takes us into a nice little run of home games. Can't wait. And this is another difference. Before, you'd be thinking, oh, a couple of weeks reprieve under the previous management and the previous ownership, but now you just can't wait. You're like a fucking coiled spring ready to go off, aren't you? You just can't wait. So yeah, long may it continue. Looking forward to the Spurs game. We'll have a preview a little bit nearer the time, and 1 or 2 other videos as well. In the meantime, subscribe to Magpie 24/7. Really trying to push that and get that above 1,000. All the other platforms are doing ever so well. YouTube obviously starting a lot later than the others did, but yeah, would appreciate anyone subscribing to the channel. Like, comment, and we will get back to you. In the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, enjoy the nice weather, and I'll speak to you later.